Hi guys, this is namkraftvn and welcome to the season Starcraft English commentary. We're gonna be watching once again the DPL series. It's gonna be Flash vs Soulkey, a rematch. The previous game is in the DPL playlist. If you have not seen that game, please go ahead and check it out. Some nice builds, innovative builds on both of these players and very epic battles. This rematch is gonna be played on the map Minstrel, a very kind of innovative map as well. We've seen some amazing games this season of ASL on this map, and it looks like Flash is gonna be once again at the top left in the white color, and Soulkey is gonna be at bottom right in the orange color. Let me just quickly show you the map stats. So Minstrel is 36% win rate for Zerg only. It's very terribly bad. So I guess Flash will have a good chance. As you can see, all of the maps are good for Terran versus Zerg. The best map for Zerg is Radion, 49.9% win rate only. But we all know that Soulkey is the exception to the rule. He is the Putin of Russia, you know, in Starcraft world. What do you often say, right? I mean, Putin rules you or something. I suddenly run out of these Starcraft, these Putin jokes. If you know any, please let me know. You know, something like, in Soviet Russia, car drives you, right? You know, something like that. So I guess in Starcraft, I don't know, Soulkey makes the Psy, or Soulkey is the overlord or whatever. Right? I'm not so good because I'm not a Zerg player. I can make a lot of Protoss jokes, I think. I'm very good with that, you know. Like, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so what are you guys doing this weekend, man? Just chilling out here, enjoying some nice games. I will be playing some sports. I will have to go on vacation. This will be on business trip soon. I will be going to a lot of you know, faraway lands with a lot of seas and mountains. So I will, you know, keep you updated with some Starcraft cast, and I will be using my crappy Walmart mic at some point. So I apologize in advance, but if you've been here so far, why not, right? Because you are here with me, so you know what I'm here for. You know that I'm not just you know, all flashy and stuff. I'm all down to a level of Starcraft as well. So it's gonna be time for me to thank the fans, because there's absolutely nothing happening on the screen between these two players. First of all, let me try to thank Eric and his wife. And what are your plans, Eric? What are you guys doing this weekend? Are you taking your wife to some fancy place? Please let me know. By the way, man, I don't need this Zelle thingy. Do I need this thank you thing? I guess I don't. No, maybe not. Why not? Let's place it in the right place. Sorry, all of this is brand new to me as well. Yeah, I guess I put it here. Yeah, sure, why not? All right. So thank you once again to Eric, and you are the guy with, you know, most number of comments on my channel. So that is something. I think you made something like over 500 comments. Is that a mistake? I think that must be a mistake, man. I don't recall you making that many comments, or maybe I've just mistaken myself. But yes, thanks a lot for that. And the next person I'd like to thank, it is going to be Shane from the US. Nice and improved version. What is this? Looks like the SCV is gonna arrive in here. Doesn't see the third hatchery just yet. So thanks a lot for that, Shane. I hope you have a great weekend ahead of you. Thank you, Hotel California guy, for everything. Yes, very nice. And the last person I'd like to thank once again is my only, you know, my one and only Sea Goblin. I think you're on a Zealot level now. If you look at Sea Goblin's comments on my channel, you will see that he's a Zealot. So he passed 3 levels already. He was first, I think, an SCV, then he became a Zergling, and now he's a Zealot. And if I'm correct, his next level is going to be a Hydralisk. So yeah, look forward to that. Oh, I have to turn off this map because you guys will hate me for it. So let me turn that off. All right, what's happening on the screen right now? Looks like these Zealots, no, excuse me, this Zerg is gonna try to chase the SCV away. Did Flash go for mech build again? No, he's gonna be going for submarines, but this is a kind of a different kind of build here because okay, it is going to be another mech build. So Flash has been training hard with these mech builds, and he's finally putting them to test against strong players. And let's see if Soulkey's got the balls or I don't know, the creep it takes to take Flash out. He's gonna be going for Mutualist, which I think isn't such a bad idea. But hold on, we need to adjust something. I guess we'll not adjust it. Forget it at all. Yeah, remove everything else and let's just focus on the game. Looks like this going to have an armory. That means upgrades on the +1 weapons will be underway. Goliath range should be upgraded. I think vultures will come out just for the heck of it. But Soulkey is gonna be going for a lot of mutualists. So let's see how Flash will respond here. It's going to be a okay. It is gonna be a 3-hatch mutualist build here. So at least 8 mutualists to start, and there may be more. Some Zergs coming out to support as well, and Flash will be slightly weak because his Goliaths are not yet upgraded and not yet in large quantities. We have 2 turrets covering the expansion, the minerali at least, and we have 1 at the choke and some in the main. The second turret need to complete now. Goliaths are out positioned. Looks like these just reveal themselves a little bit. They're gonna dive in here, but 2 Goliaths are here to intercept, and the third turret is it complete. It is a complete, and looks like Flash is not dedicating an SCV to do that. He's gonna try to dedicate it. He need to have another SCV on gas. You need to have constant gas production. He's not paying attention. These is gonna try to go inside the expansion, and there's a small opening here. Looks like the bunker is way too far out, not able to inflict damage on those groups of mutualists, and we are gonna just continue on with the battle here. Why is something is up with my screen? Okay, anyways, yeah, it's all good now. Looks like Soulkey will take a 4th hatchery at a 2 o'clock position. We're at the 6 minute and 50th second of the game. Flash, I think, has done a decent job defending. He's ahead by about 55 supply, of course, during this time. If the Zerg is very close in supply, it just means he's got a lot of mutualists. And as you know, mutualists are very brittle, especially against mech. They're like the raids. They're like the raids against Zerg, or maybe the raids against another Terran player with Goliath builds, or maybe even against Protoss. I mean, raids are just weak against everybody. Anyways, we have a Hydrogen coming out now, so of course Soulkey is also thinking that he needs to switch back into ground forces here, because the last time he tried the Mutualist build against Goliath, they sucked. He got stomped in the face. So I guess he will try something else, but he will come in here. And you can see only 6 mutualists will not do anything. This is going to be 2 base Terran. It's not even the 3 bases on kickback the previous game we saw. So I see Flash doesn't have many surface areas he needs to cover. I mean, he's got just 3 places: the expansion, the main, and the choke. That's it. And with the number of mutualists that Soulkey has, it's just not enough. Just not enough. I think also in hindsight, the previous game on kickback, I think Soulkey might have just dwelled too much on the economy side. He went for 6 bases against a 3 base Terran. I guess it's all well and good, but until he can actually get a large amount of forces on the ground, he's very vulnerable. So this time, I think his positioning is gonna be a little bit more careful. He's got only 3 bases against Flash's 2, and he's gonna just dive in here, try to do some damages and move back out. But I mean, Flash is completely undeterred. He's got a sizable Goliath force now. Is it gonna be the time to move out? I think this might be premature. We have some burrow zergling, and this is what Soulkey loves to do. He loves to have his burrow zergling to see exactly where the Goliaths are going. So if the Goliaths start to move way too far, the mutualists would dive inside the main and do some damage. As you can see, now we have 9 mutualists. We do have some Hydras in place. Will they morph into lurkers? That's going to be the question. I think lurkers will need to be used, right? Unless, I don't know, maybe it's going to be a different idea. By the way, something else about this build that Flash is doing is that you will have very late science vessels. If at all. Sometimes you don't even make science vessels, so that is going to be something we need to think about, because without science vessels, and these burrowed stuff will not get detected, and lurkers will be a problem. But I guess we have scan, but I mean there could be some stop lurkers. Of course, stop lurkers doesn't really work that well against mech, because you don't instant kill the forces, right? Against a marine, you can instantly kill it, or maybe if you have 2 lurkers, you can instantly kill a group of marines, but not with like 2 lurkers against 6 Goliaths. It's not possible. But at least the vision is some advantage that Soulkey's got, and Soulkey's got for a 4th base. I don't know, this is maybe it's a little bit too ambitious for my liking. Flash is still on 2. I think against a 2 base mech army, you need to, I don't know, because I don't play TvZ, but I feel like I don't know. I guess we're gonna be coming up to Hive now, and that is gonna be what Soulkey wants to go for. I'd like to see some queens, and of course transitioning to queen is also very dangerous, because it will be so exposed while the queen's actually not available. Anyways, we have a 4 lurker formation moving towards the expansion while the rest of the Terran forces are moving out. So there's going to be a small window of opportunity, I think, for Soulkey to strike with his lurkers. They come in right now. We don't see them. We only see them on the minimap. I guess their job will be coming out here to deter any kind of reinforcement. These Goliaths are gonna push forward. They destroyed. Looks like the lurkers destroyed a couple of Goliaths, but there are only 4 Goliaths all gone now. We're gonna have some Zerglings and some Hydras. Looks like the reinforcement from the back is not coming, so Soulkey's gonna move back with the rest of his forces. Muses die forward, but they die so fast. There's some support from the Hydras. The back lurkers, would they arrive on time? Looks like the lurkers are actually not being able to get in the right places, but Muses are so numerous. How many Goliaths remain? The reinforcement from Flash from the back is way too far out. Zerglings need to attack now. Zerglings coming, and looks like Flash doesn't have enough to clear this area. He will lose every single Goliath and tank. The reinforcement is way too slow, and they are stopped by the lurker spine. So this game, this time around, it looks like Soulkey's got a better of the exchange and Defiler's out. So the game is going to start to get interesting now, because now Soulkey's got 4 bases. He's going to soon have 4 gases, and Flash is still on 2 bases. Of course, the mech build is very, very strong, but there's going to be limits to it, and you need to actually have a 3rd base somewhere on this map as well. And against Defiler, it's very, very tough. A single Goliath, we only have 2, 3. Okay, now the rest of the Goliaths start to show up. I was going to say, if you don't have enough Goliaths, then these Muses can actually to eat away the tanks, and that's not good because tanks are very, very expensive. Yeah, but we are at the 11 minute and 40 second game. Flash 89 supply, and Soulkey is shot up to 92. So Soulkey is clearly in the lead now. The question is, can he seal out the deal here, close the deal, and just get, I don't know, get the compensation that he deserves here, because the first game he lost. Anyways, looks like, I think Flash at this point, because he's lost some battles and his forces were kind of wiped out, he needs to take it slow. I think taking a defensive stand is a little bit better, and going for some vulture harassment wouldn't be such a bad idea now that Soulkey is so much stretched out on this map. But of course, Flash doesn't have perfect information. You know, he did, maybe he knows that there's going to be a top right base, right? I mean, he probably scanned it at some point, but maybe he doesn't have enough sight to spare for some vultures even. Anyways, looks like the Terran's going to move in here, and this is going to be a dangerous move, because he will be completely, you know, wedged between 2 Zerg reinforcement, and we already have the Dark Swarm putting down. So you know, under the Dark Swarm, a Defiler could cast a second Dark Swarm that covers all of the tanks. You know, so easy. So easy, and looks like Soulkey's thinking about that. He starts to move forward, and these tanks will need to move backward, but Flash has a new base now, so that's going to be very good. These tanks are forgone. Oh my god, Flashy boy! We might have a Mind Drag and destroys everything, but there's going to be nice Mind Drag destroying a lot of Zerglings, so that's not so bad for Flash. I think he killed something like 20 Zerglings, and he loses 2 tanks. I guess it's bad, but it's not super bad. But now it's going to be super bad, because the Defiler's out, and they start to march forward towards the Terran army. We need to have vultures. When you play mech against a late game Defiler build from Zerg, you need to start to have vultures, and you need to have a lot of mine placement. This is where the most of your APM will be used, right? Is to lay mines, go for vulture harassments, you know, move around, do some kind of backstabbing with some vultures and stuff like that. So this is what you need to think about. And as you can see, like I was telling you, there's gonna be very late science. So if at all, Flash is relying mainly on his scans for detection, for vision. He doesn't have science vessels. Anyways, where's the science facility? Looks like it's not there. It's got destroyed, and this starport would die as well. Looks like Flash is slow to reinforce. He's got 3 bases, but the starport will fall. That means the science vessel cannot get recreated quickly enough. Looks like at the last minute the starport will die or not. It's very close to dying. It's not yet dead. Soulkey's trying very hard. He's attacking, but no, it gets saved, and that was very unlucky for Flash. I like it, because the game is gonna reset it a bit, and Soulkey is no longer in the lead. As you can see, supply wise, Soulkey's dropped down to 130, Flash 140. Some Zerglings doing some nice shot, but Flash is on fire. He's on 3 bases. Soulkey is still on 4. He needs to start to expand now and start to use his freaking goddamn Defilers. I mean, he's got Defilers. Use them. Go and attack the 3rd base at the inner 1030 position. That base looks like it's exposed, I think. And just start to go there. Anyway, some Zerglings are gonna eat up the mines now, and very, very much damage. But it looks like these Zerglings are gonna move across the map. We have 2 sets of Zerglings moving across, and we will have Ultras. With 4 gases, Ultra is fine. But, you know, with Ultras and Defiler and Mutilus, then 4 gases may not be enough, I think. But anyways, this Defiler will cast something. He will cast a nice Dark Swarm. We need to continue to cast more Dark Swarm. He would try to do that now. That's nice. Do we have splash damage against a single lurker? Looks like we don't. Zerling's attacking nicely. We'll have a nice Mind Drag, and Defilers are actually not moving forward. We need to start to move forward now and lay like a plague or something like that against those clumped up tanks. Mutus is gonna try to move towards the southern lane because he saw that a 4th base by Flash is getting set up. Where's the 5th base for Soulkey? I don't see it. And the longer the game drags on, then Terran is gonna scale a lot better, I think. But we have a small attack here, and it looks like Soulkey did not time his attack correctly. He will back up with his Zerlings, and he will back up with his Mutus as well. We are at the 16-minute mark of the game. The game is still very, very close, but I would just give the advantage back to Flash now. These Mutus have found a nice corner, a nice safe haven, a nice oasis here to get some free wins. He destroyed how many tanks? Looks like all of the tanks will die because only a single Goliath here to protect everything. SCVs and Guard have to run now. Goliath's reinforcing from the back, which is nice. That burrowed Zerling is been there for the entire game. If you take a look at the minimap, right just between the bases of Flash, there's a burrowed Zerling that has been sitting there for 10 minutes. The forgotten burrowed Zerling. Anyways, his command center getting lifted is a very alarming sight for Flash. He's got a new base, but he need to think about retaking that base, and these vultures are not laying mines fast enough, and these number of Mutus are so high in number. They need to fall back the Goliaths to get support of the turrets. The second group of Goliaths is gonna try to get on high ground, and this is when we have a tipping point here. I mean, Soulkey just makes so many Mutus and just reinforce them so quickly that you cannot win by just mass making Goliaths. You need to have science vessels, I think, at this point in time. But of course, I don't know how this build works, right? Because do you have the leisure to go for Starport and Science Facility again after they were destroyed? I don't know. But Soulkey is 162 supply, Flash 141, so 20 supply difference between these two players. Soulkey finally takes his 5th base. That was an interesting move. He delayed his 5th base until he actually could clear out one of Flash's base. And now looks like Soulkey wants to attack the 9 o'clock position. We have a single sciences. I don't know how much energy. He's got 77. It can cast a nice irradiate on the Mutus. Good split though for Soulkey. And looks like the Mutus get pushed back. I think Terran's got very, very strong upgrades. I don't know. I cannot really follow because these players they never choose a single unit. Nice attack against the inner 10 o'clock position, but all of these Mutus will get cleared out. Science Assist is there to protect and to guide. I guess the Burrow Zerling died. Wow, look at those clumped up SCVs, so ripe for the Mutus to attack. But finally, this base is gonna get recreated here, and Flash can start to move forward. He's laying some siege tanks. He doesn't actually need to lay too many siege tanks. You need to have more Goliaths. Goliaths would be the key here to victory. These vultures start to come out would be a great sign to start to lay some mines. He actually can try to lay some mine in the middle lane and one of the southern lanes too, because those southern lanes are completely covered by Zerg stuff. So by having some mines that would be great. Of course, you need to actually traverse a large amount of distances by ground with your vultures. But we will have some vultures going for harassment. I need to snipe the Defiler. He's not going to be able to snipe the Defiler, and he's not even even able to put down some mines. He would try though. Looks like Zerg is going to move across here, and this is going to be a nice Dark Storm. Looks like Soulkey is moving closer and closer towards Flash's base. Very, very close to reaching this area now. The vultures lay some mine, but not fast enough. We might have a crazy mind drag. No, the Zerglings die before that. These Goliaths going to try to attack, but without mines, it's impossible. One more Dark Swarm, then Soulkey will be able to reach the expansion. I guess the 3rd base, not really the expansion, or maybe the 4th base. And yeah, as you can see, this lurker can survive for a long time. It looks like just cracklings coming from all sides. Flash is losing by about 40 supply. We have a nice irradiate, but it's too late. It's too late. He needs mines, Flash. He is able to get a single mine off. No, not even that. We have some tanks sieging, and they will be able to do some splash damage, but it's not good enough. The number of Goliaths and vultures are thinning out. These 3 tanks are getting splash damage upon themselves. And ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be Soulkey who wins the rematch here, and looks like Flash has got some success and some failures against one of the greatest Starcraft player right now in November 2024. That is Soulkey. He will have a chance to fight against Soulkey again in the future, I hope. But GG by Flash. If you enjoyed this cast video, buy me a coffee. The link to that is gonna be in the videos. I will see you soon. Bye bye.